On today's show, we head to north central Minnesota, where years ago sharp-tailed grouse danced, but there's work being done to help the dance continue. Nothing says spring more than crappie fishing, so get ready for this year's Minnesota-bound Crappie Contest, happening May 7th on Lake Minnetonka. Fish on!
Oh my gosh.
Next, it's one of Minnesota's tastiest and most sought-after treasures. Yet how much do we really know about the Morel mushroom? And our Minnesota-bound classic this week takes a look at the bird that we all know is the sign of spring. When you see them in your yard, yes indeed, all about robins. Those stories and more next.
Minnesota Bound. Brought to you by Minnesota's Select GMC dealers.
Hi everybody, welcome to the show. As you can see, Raven's not with me. That's because she has the day off, and I suspect she's at a doggy spa. As for me, as you can see, I'm in a turkey hunting mode, and I am out in the Black Hills of South Dakota, standing next to a ponderosa pine which covers the Black Hills. But our first story takes us back to Minnesota. There is a bird there called the sharp-tailed grouse. We all know the rough grouse. This is the sharp-tailed grouse, a bird that needs lots of our help. Travis Frank has the story.
Long before sunlight fills the morning sky, Lindsay Chartel and Jody Provost get to work.
They enter through here.
With their trap set on a sharp-tailed grouse mating ground, they climb into their pop-up blind and wait for spring's magic to unfold. Slowly, light filters in, and the show begins. Male sharp-tailed grouse come to this Aitken County field each spring. They come to dance. Then, when the time is just right, hens follow them. They watch their moves and choose their mate.
And what they will do is they will put their tail feathers up and shake them and rattle them. They will be stomping their feet. They'll be inflating their air sacs and making noises with them.
It's a tradition as old as Minnesota's prairie. A tradition threatened by today's changing landscape.
Their primary habitat is brushland habitat, which is wide open spaces like you see around you with just scattered. They are listed as what we call a species of greatest conservation need, meaning that they are threatened and their populations are declining. We feel it's probably because of loss and degradation to habitat.
Exactly why Lindsay and Jody have come.
We have traps set up on the dancing ground, focusing on catching hens and radio collaring them to track them throughout the breeding season.
We want to improve habitat management for the birds. In order to do that, we need to know what they like. What are they selecting for when they're choosing a spot for their nest? Where are they wintering at? And then what's their survival rate?
All of this data is part of a 3-year study. Minnesota's DNR hopes to use it to create better sharp-tailed grouse habitat.
Aitken County is blessed with some really good brushland habitat.
One of few areas still remaining in Minnesota today.
So we really want to work with landowners and partners to do what we can there to improve habitat.
To collar them, they first have to catch them.
We have chicken wire fences and funnel traps set up on the dancing ground. We place the traps around the males, and the hens will fly in and land on the outskirts and walk towards the males. And as they walk towards them, they'll run into a chicken wire fence, be eventually funneled into a trap.
Easier said than done.
There were 4 hens who came in early in the morning. We had a hawk come in and flush the lek before they could go in a trap or make it to the males.
Slowly, eager males return, and the waiting game continues.
It does take a lot of patience. We spend mornings in the blind from early April through mid-May.
From their blind, they watch nature's beauty unfold
There's a lot to observe.
and the harsh reality that often comes with it.
No. Oh my gosh, did you get that? I caught one. All part of that natural cycle.
Despite the goshawk being out in the field, the sharptails still returned and went about their dancing again.
This time, the hens don't follow.
We caught a couple males in the traps and they found their way out.
As the morning wears on, the dancing grounds go quiet. The traps sit empty and the study goes on hold.
Well, yeah, it's disappointing to not catch any and then to lose one.
Losing one, all the more reason to push on. To restore this habitat means others may enjoy this magnificent dance for generations to come.
Up next, it's time to sign up for this year's Minnesota Bound Crappie Contest on Lake Minnetonka. You never know what you might win.
Minnesota Bound, brought to you by Minnesota Select GMC dealers. Kingtail Gator, Borderview Lodge, and by Jesse Treble's Safe Basements of Minnesota.
Welcome back. Okay, moms and dads, boys and girls, time to scratch our fishing itch. Our Minnesota Bound Crappie Contest is coming up soon, so here's what you all need to know to join the fun. Fishing fun, Minnesota Bound style. Crappies, the fish for kids of any age.
Did you have fun catching that?
Great job.
Thumbs up for that one. Come on over here.
And any size crappie may be worth prizes or more at the 48th Annual Minnesota Bound Crappie Fishing Contest, set for May 7th on Lake Minnetonka, with headquarters on the docks at Lord Fletcher's Restaurant. Did we mention fishing fun?
Get set. And they're off and running. Oh, it's number 8. 8's in the lead. Here comes number 4. 8. Who's 8? 8's the winner. Crappies are great. This lake is great. And it means a lot because we can get, kids are home, school year still. So we got 90 kids out there today.
Did we mention great prizes? A crappie of any size can be a winner.
Actually, one real quick with Ron Sheriff.
And now a few highlights from last year's event.
Giving away this boat to the grand prize winner. It's really a fantastic boat. It's got a 25-horse four-stroke on it, tilt and trim, the whole 9 yards. I can't wait. I'm sure whoever wins is going to be thrilled, and I'm excited to see them get in it and take it home.
On the Minnesota Bound Crappie stage, you'll get to meet some folks you might already know.
Her biggest crappie ever. Can she get a round of
We're
applause?
starting to get a nice turnout over here. If you want to see the fish, this is where you need to come. Get a ticket. Each of you guys are going to go to Nickelodeon Universe at Mall of America and have a fun day. Yeah.
Thank you for coming out. We're going to do it again next year.
What do you got there?
A crappie.
Nice job.
0.67. A lot of crappies coming through.
We're coming. You go off this way.
Prizes are awarded in 2 categories, kids and big kids.
Tell us how lucky you feel winning this beautiful tracker boat.
I feel real lucky.
Do you know anything else besides yeah?
And know this, spring crappies and mates are easy to catch.
We're getting married next week. Yeah.
You're getting married next week. He set the hook, didn't he?
Needed to win this Radco t-shirt today.
Get the picture? The Minnesota-bound Crappie Contest is all about fishing, family, and fun. Entry fee $5. Proceeds from the contest go to the Fishing for Life charity organization.
Well, we serve kids, families, and communities through fishing and outdoor programs.
Now don't forget, you're invited. May 7th, Lord Fletcher's, Lake Minnetonka. Bring your luck and your fishing face.
See you next year. See you next year.
It's time to uncover the facts on this edible prize. Everything you need to know about the fungi called the morel.
Closed captioning from Minnesota Bound is brought to you by Connecticut.
You know, if you ask me, there are two springtime delicacies in Minnesota. The fresh breast of a wild turkey is one, but another is the morel mushroom. The morel what? You need to know about this unusual fungi. Travis Frank has the story.
They stand only a few inches tall, yet this sponge-like fungus has become one of the world's largest wild treasures.
Morels, that's what it's all about.
Hunted for its taste, prized for its elusive nature, the morel mushroom is simply put one of a kind.
This is unbelievable.
Look at that. Isn't that great?
We're not the only crazy ones. They're highly prized everywhere.
In Minnesota, we love morels so much, we made it our state fungus. Other states love them too. Illinois holds a yearly morel mushroom hunting championship. Heck, the love for morels even stretches worldwide.
I believe on just about every continent except for Antarctica, they find some version of morels.
While popularity has grown, the morel mushroom itself still remains wildly unpredictable.
The whole study of morels has really just exploded. There's probably about 19 different species in the United States. The common morel that we utilize, that is the state fungus of Minnesota, its name has changed to Morchella esculentoides. Esculenta meaning edible. It doesn't matter.
Oh my gosh.
It's the yellow morel. It's the common yellow or gray morel.
Each spring, morels pop when the ground temperature hits 50 degrees. This happens to be the same time lilacs bloom, an indicator many foragers look for.
This is incredible.
Well, morels are very, very distinctive. They're absolutely hollow on the inside is the biggest thing. Oh, by the way, did I mention it's hollow? Because that's a very, very important distinction. They look sort of like a honeycomb or a sponge on top of a stem. Can be enormous, actually, up to 9, 10, 11, 12 inches.
Oh my goodness.
Colors vary: gray, tan, yellow, and even black. The key to finding morels begins by finding the trees they grow from.
It's a dead elm, and that could be good.
Many people don't realize that a mushroom is actually only the fruit body. The bulk of the organism is living out of sight underground.
Scientists call that organism mycelium. It attaches to the root system of a tree and grows. When that tree dies, the mushroom pops.
When you see the major fruitings, it's a defense mechanism for that mushroom, because it's saying basically our food source is dwindling. We got to get out of here.
Finding the right tree depends on where you hunt.
It could be ash trees, cottonwoods, oak trees. You can find them around sumac. You can find them in old apple orchards. In Minnesota, primarily the go-to areas are recently dead elm trees.
To continue their cycle of life, morels send out up to 500,000 microscopic spores. They eventually find a new host tree and begin the growth process all over again.
They shoot their spores, and the wind can carry them. We're breathing in spores right now of various fungi.
Exactly why many hunters carry mesh bags. They hope mushroom spores will spread and new honey holes will begin. Just one of many old morel fables.
They don't pop where lightning strikes, and they don't pop overnight. They don't pop in your footsteps where you just stepped.
When they finally pop, the growing season can last from 2 weeks to 6, depending on temperature and rain.
They're everywhere. Because mushrooms, by and large, are 70, 80, 85% water, moisture. Spring is a fabulous time to be out in the woods. And a lot of it's just the excitement of the hunt.
Travis, you have the mother lode, as we call it.
Oh my goodness.
Some call them molly moochers, others dryland fish. Whatever the name, one fact remains. Sautéed in butter, their flavor can't be matched.
Whatever they call them, they're good to eat.
A half-a-mile walk into the woods to find this guy under one tree. And it all ends 2 hours later, right here.
And that's the moral of the story.
Our Minnesota Bound Classic this week features a favorite bird of spring, a favorite because they mark the end of long Minnesota winters, our beloved robin.
Minnesota Bound, brought to you by Running Aces Casino and Racetrack, Tracker Boats, and by Totem Resorts.
Time now for our Minnesota Bound Classic. Have you ever wondered about robins like I have? I mean, I've seen them in the Arctic Circle. There are robins all around me now. Well, what about robins? So our story is the life and times of Mom and Dad Robin. America's bird, let there be no doubt, is the American robin. Its red breast as familiar as the flag. Its lifestyle, an early bird gets the worm, the American way. And it's everybody's first sign of spring, because the robin hops in every yard in every state excluding Hawaii. Yes, we are robin enriched. The bird makes us sing. The red robin comes bop, bop, bopping along, or inspires us to verse. There was a little robin whose head was always bobbin', who said as he gobbled up a worm, "I have swallowed all your brothers and 37 others, and goodness, how they tickle when they squirm." Robins may be common, but they are not ordinary. Among those birds who migrate, scientists say the robin is a slow flyer, going 30 to 40 miles per day. A robin heading to Alaska for the summer may take 80 days to fly 3,000 miles. As parents, however, there's nothing slow about robins. Young are hatched in less than 14 days, and the dutiful father and mother spend their days tending the young, usually 3 or more. Show up with a beak full of worms, and presto, 3 gaping mouths await. Feed one end first, then clean up the other. Oh, the joys of parenthood. When a baby robin goes potty, it comes out in a little white sack which keeps the nest clean. It's the father and mother's job to fly it out or take it down. And when it rains, Mama comes to the rescue, spreading her wings like an umbrella over her precious triplets. In a matter of days, the fuzzy babies begin to grow feathers and orange breasts. Suddenly, the nest isn't big enough for everybody, and the dangers of life begin to increase. Don't fall. Whoa, that was close. 3 days later, the busy parents were literally empty nesters and seemed shocked by the emptiness. Time perhaps to clean up a little, reshape the nest for the next family. Poet Francis Dugan once observed, "The nest of a robin and his faithful wife, a memory to carry and to cherish for life." Robins, you know, they might be the sign of spring, but they're more than that, wouldn't you say? Well, that about does it for me. Remember, introduce a kid to the great outdoors. Raven will be here next week. I'm Ron Chera, without the star of the show.
Transportation provided by Premier Transportation. Call 1-800-899-7433. For more information on these stories and more, catch us on the web at mnbound.com.